Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai movie monster series Mecha King Ghidorah. Now, Mecha King Ghidorah comes from the 1991 movie Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, which is my second favorite movie in the Heisei era. The one thing I don't like is that with the plot, there's a lot of time travel and teleportation and a lot of things to wrap your head around, which can get confusing at times, but for the most part, it's still a pretty enjoyable movie, so if you haven't seen it yet, then definitely give it a watch. Now, as for Mecha King Ghidorah himself, I think he's cool. I don't like him as much as I like normal King Ghidorah, but he's still pretty cool, so yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that. Now I want to take a look at a couple tags before I get into this video, because in my previous recordings I forgot to take a look at a couple tags, so yeah, I'm just going to take the time to have a look at them now, so yeah. Anyway, first of all, here is Biolante. Not going to go into too much detail, but anyway, here's the cover, here's the back, and here is the inside. That's a loud truck outside, I apologize. So yeah. Mecha King Ghidorah, here's the cover, the back, and the inside. And something that's worth pointing out, for some reason they use the King Ghidorah emblem here instead of the Mecha King Ghidorah emblem, which is a little weird, but it's whatever. Still something I thought was worth pointing out. And spoiler alert, this is for next week's video, but the Bandai movie monster series Destroya, and here's the cover, here's the back, and here is the inside. And that's pretty much it for the tags. Now for the figure itself. And starting off with the paint on this figure is pretty good. It's not perfect or anything like that, but it still works. But yeah, taking a closer look, most of the body is a metallic silver and a goldish color, which looks nice. The wings are a darker shade of gold, which is accurate to the movie. And taking a closer look at the heads, the outer heads have red eyes with black pupils and have white teeth, and same with this head. And the inner head is mostly a metallic silver with a bit of red on the tip right there and two green eyes. And that's pretty much it for the paint. There are some things that I think is worth pointing out. First of all, the tips of the wings right here got scuffed during transportation, which is kind of a shame, but I could live with it. Also, the underside of, first of all, the mechanical detailing here, or the mechanical bits right here, that's all silver, which looks nice. However, underneath, they forgot to paint it, which is kind of a shame, but again, I could live without it. It's not like you're going to be seeing that when you're displaying it, which is fine, so yeah. And that's the same with the underside of the shin guards, is what you'd want to call these, I think. Then again, it's not just your shin, like the shins being protected, but yeah, they forgot to paint the undersides here as well, so yeah. And that's pretty much it for the paint on this figure. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty good, so the paint on this figure gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure it's what you would expect from a Bandai movie monster series figure. So basically, the legs can move 360. However, the other leg you kind of have to force, which I wouldn't suggest doing, but yeah, it can do that. You kind of have to force it, as I just said, and again, don't do that. And the wings can move 360 as well. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. It's not great, but then again, this is a Bandai vinyl, so it's fine. So the articulation gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpt on this figure is great. In fact, I'd say it's almost perfect. Just a couple of minor things that I don't like. First of all, I think the tips right here look a little weird, but I can understand why they did it like this. But the biggest thing I don't like about the sculpt would be the outer heads. And this is just a minor nitpick, but it's still something that kind of irks me a little. So the horns, as you can see, are sticking straight up, which is not accurate to the movie whatsoever. If you take a look here, we have some horns going backwards, which is accurate. However, these are sticking upwards, and yeah, that doesn't look great. I can understand why they did this, but at the same time, it still looks kind of not great. So, yeah. that's pretty much it for the sculpt. Other than those minor things I pointed out, the sculpt on this figure still is really good, so the sculpt gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure, again, is pretty good. So, starting off with the outer heads, we can see that there is a nice range of detailing. All the little scales and creases on the face right there, which looks very nice. And the tongue is detailed okay. Going down to the neck, we have some alright looking scaling going on. It doesn't look as good as the face, but it still looks nice. And the underside of the neck looks very snake-like, which again, works. And same with the other head, so yeah. The center head is detailed very nicely as well. You can see all of the mechanical paneling going down the neck, which looks nice. The body is detailed very nicely. All of the mechanical detailing, all of the paneling, it's there and it looks nice. There are some, things I don't like in here, which does look a little weird, but it doesn't take away from the all-around detailing. The wings are detailed nicely as well. They're missing a lot of detailing, mainly in the gold parts right here, but it still works. So, yeah, the detailing there looks nice. The legs look very nice as well. The scaling looks nice, and the mechanical paneling for the... Again, I don't know what you'd want to call these. I'm just going to call them shin guards. They look nice too. And the feet are detailed nicely as well. The back side of the figure is detailed very nicely. All the mechanical paneling is there, and again, it looks nice. The scaling on the tail continues, and that looks cool too. And the tips look very nice as well. And that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. It's not perfect, but it's still very nice, so the detailing on this figure gets a pass. And at the end of the day, should you get this figure, you can get this figure on Amazon for like 20 bucks, which really isn't bad. It's either between 20 or 50, which isn't bad either. 50 is a bit much, but if you can get this figure for 20 bucks, then definitely go for it, because there are some Mecha King Ghidorah figures out there that aren't so cheap, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time, definitely get this. Now, the size of this figure is a bit on the smaller side. Like, it's still a good size, but comparing it to the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 1991, they're not really in scale. Mecha King Ghidorah is supposed to be a bit taller, but it still works. It doesn't look terrible, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big this figure is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Zek out, actually. Sorry, I had to do that. Alright, peace. Zek out.